So, disclaimer up front, I haven't seen Japan's tournament, and I watched Spain's, but I was pretty out of it while I was doing it, and I didn't pay a lot of attention. So, I'm going to touch on things mostly from France, US East, and US West here. Doesn't mean there wasn't cool stuff in the other tournaments. It just means I don't remember it or haven't seen it yet. This is, obviously super casual, like basically a personal highlight reel of the weekend. So don't take it too seriously. And if you have anything you thought was cool this weekend, let me know. Because I would love to look at all that stuff. So with that being said, let's dive right into it. So I already went ahead and compiled just a quick little playlist of all the national championship stuff. So I have some timestamps written down so I can jump into what I want to talk about. I'm going to go and mute this and let it run, because the first thing I want to talk about just off the bat was Kaiden. So I didn't know who Kaiden was before, I guess before his first attend they did with Wawa on Wanted. That was the first time I've ever seen him. And I was pretty impressed then. This match, I was amped for. This match was sweet. So, this guy's team just makes me happy. I love the lineup. So, Kefla 18 cooler, just not something you're going to see on a lot of other people. I love the prominence of 18 this season, by the way. It's one of my favorite things going on. But I really like how he runs, Kefla is an offensive dynamo, and then he brings in 2 defensive assists to back her up. I think that's an interesting game plan. I think that we're seeing a lot of 18 barrier in this tournament, which is cool, but he's really getting a lot out of it. So between the barrier and the DP assist, it lets him kind of do relentless Kefla pressure, because her strings are pretty solid, and then she gets to end in either the command overhead or the special move low, mix him up, and then he can kind of just sit back and call a defensive assist and see what happens. It puts him in a lot of safe positions, and I think that's pretty interesting. So I really like the way he did that. There was also some I think he plays 18 and Cooler pretty well too, and I'm a Cooler fan, so I'm always stoked to see some Cooler getting played. This is an interesting match to me, and I think Kaiden's going to be my guy to watch for France. He gave Wawa a run for his money when they did their first attend. And, Wawa's Wawa. He's obviously incredible. So it's going to be really hard to say who can come out on top in France. But, I really hope Kaiden does well. I want to see him at least in second place, if not beating out Wawa for it. Purely because I like this team and I like his strategy. His neutral game is so clean. His mix-ups are kind of devious. I'm into it. So, it's big. That's the first. Okay, so this is a specific moment that I really enjoyed. So let's see, 41-55. Anyone who's watching this saw this. So this is in Super Noon versus Jonathan. I don't know if it's Teen or Tene. I don't know, but we'll just call him Jonathan for now. Super Noon versus Jonathan. I don't know him like that, but I don't want to mispronounce his last name a bunch. Super Noon obviously did really, really well this set. I mean, he's also a top player. He's doing his thing. But this moment is just... Oh no, I messed it up. Where was I? A little earlier. Let's go there. This moment was ridiculous. So, he's playing Ultra Instinct. Ultra Instinct's busted. We all know it. He's incredible. And, Super Noon's really dominating with him. Super Noon, I feel traditionally plays top tiers. That's his goal. He likes to win. He does what he needs to do to win. He plays super, super well with a top tier team. I respect it. Obviously, he's rocking the top 3 most played characters right now. So he does this, right? And then he teabagged him. So I'll just play that back real quick. Watch after that DP. This man took the extra frames of hit stun, and he teabagged this dude in a professional national championship tournament. Right there, right? So... that's hilarious, first of all, that he thought to do that in the middle of this. But then, Jonathan here gets glorious revenge and has a 3-man comeback with his Blue Coup. So, it's one thing for Noon to just completely dominate, play really well, and, I respect the flex. I like Noon a lot as a player. I love that he flexed on him and was feeling himself, but I can't help but think that, like, this comeback was a little bit deserved for that. Like, a little bit of retribution. And, like, you know, you love to see when the dude who gets teabagged just, like, makes it happen afterwards. So, like, look at this defense. He's just, like, locked down. He's playing hard. Showing him who the superior Goku is. Like, get GT out of here. Get UI out of here. Look at my blue coup. Oh, man. I loved this so much. And, like, I'll let this run and try to just pay attention to what he did here. So, he's playing super patient. He's not overcommitting. He's blocking a lot. And then this character is so huge to get out of here because obviously Noon is known for his Kid Buu. He's been playing Kid Buu forever. So, like, you know when you get the chance to kill that Kid Buu, you gotta do as much damage as possible. Huge combo, level 3. Catches that overhead, gets the corner going. Like, we know Blue Coup in the corner's got the elbow loops. So, gets him out of there, and, like, at this point, as the viewer, you're just like, you just can't help but want him to do it. Against GT, of all people, we're all still bitter. We haven't forgotten Season 2. And there's more of that, just the patience, the jumping around, and not committing, and then just catches him with the overhead there. This moment, sitting on my couch in my living room, I didn't say, oh shit, because there's a kid that lives here, but I was thinking it. Like, you just can't not be hyped for this. Directly from being teabagged into victory via level 3, a 3-man comeback. So much respect to this dude. Not a player I'm super duper familiar with, but definitely one I'm watching closely from now on because that was just too great. Wait. And then, okay, this one makes me a little sad because it was so sweet, but Chris G's TOD. So this was so cool. It's nice seeing Gogeta get played. He opens with the torpedo of all things, which is like just got buffed. Like, Gogeta looking good. But look at this TOD, man. This is clean. Like, TODs happen. They do, but like, this was the first one since the legendary Leffen base Cheetah TOD against Dogura that like really had me stoked. I love this. This is like a great way to open this match. It is a damn shame that this match is going to go down with like bad taste in people's mouths because the connection was bad and obviously it led to Chris G parting ways with the national tour, which is a shame, but you know, what can you do? But at least we get to walk away with this moment in hand because, God, that TOD was so fun to watch. That was like, you can't get more hype. You can't. Especially, like, these two are both running really unique teams. Like, you're not going to see, of the 6 characters being played right now, Roshi is the only one that was on any other team, I think. Maybe, like, 1 or 2 other Krillins, if I remember right. We'll look at the numbers after this, but wow, like, God, that's a shame. It's a shame. That TOD was chef's kiss. Alright, so I got one thing I want to look at in the East. The East was awesome. There's a lot I really liked about it. Kill Sage actually is my favorite Dragon Ball player, fun fact. I loved his Season 2 team. I love that he's the dude for Broly. Like, that was like, I was all about that Season 2. I know now that's less of a thing, but you know, it's still cool. So, but the thing here that I want to talk about is Hook God's new team. Let's look at that team real quick. Alright. We got Blue Vegeta point, right? Blue Vegeta just got buffed. Viable character. We got Piccolo mid. Always been Hook's character. Just got mad buffs and is super nasty now. And we got the demon himself on anchor, right? I'm making the case here. It could be argued. I'm not the definitive word on this. It's just a thought. I think Hook God is playing the best zoning team in Dragon Ball. Now, there is an argument to be made for like this shell, this style of shell, and a zoning team, like having beams everywhere, right? But here's my thing. Individually, these 3 characters pressure zoning wise really, really well. All their zoning tools are designed to make you afraid to do anything about it. So with base Vegeta, or Blue Vegeta, sorry. With Blue Vegeta, we've got two Ki Blasts that cleanly combo into each other, and it can be canceled into Big Bang, which you can do nothing about besides like Vanish or Super. Right? So that's case for base Vegeta. So if you Super Dash him, you're toast. If you beam him, he can save himself with Big Bang. If you try to do a special move through his Ki Blast, you're getting Big Banged. If you do nothing, you're getting hit. There's a lot going on. Right? So that's him by himself. Piccolo, similar deal. Piccolo's got his orbs. The orbs track you. The orbs track you slowly, and they take up some space. So everyone knows what Piccolo can do with orbs on his own. They're a really good pressure tool, especially from afar. On top of that, Piccolo has sword normals, so he can outrange a ton of people with his normals, which is sick. He's got a long distance command grab, which isn't super great, but he has it, and he's got a stun gun. There's a lot Piccolo can do from distance as well, just keep you away. And then I don't think I have to make a case for why Z-Broly is great at zoning. His Ki Blast is broken. It's so good. He can throw an eraser blow at you from across the screen, and he has mad armor, so if you try to punish him, he can protect himself. He also has the Ki Shield, so he can turn off your zoning tools and just unload his. So like there's obviously Z-Broly is nuts at a distance, really, really good that way. So those three are all good on their own, right? But then you put them together. So like, now we've got base Vegeta, who can pressure with his own Ki Blasts and Big Bang threats. And he's also got Piccolo A homing in on you the whole time. And then when he wants to close in on you, he's got Eraser Blow to follow behind. So he now has a ton more tools. And then, like, let's not, Z-Broly with homing blast is ridiculous. I don't think that Hook particularly cares about the base Vegeta, or I keep saying base Vegeta, the Blue Vegeta assist here. I think that's more of a combo tool, the way he used it. But, like, imagine if he threw Big Bang on this. Like, you cannot get close to this team unless you vanish in. You can't do it. It's nuts. So, I just really enjoyed this team from him. I thought it was cool to see him, like, just tweak the meta, you know, like I feel like that's what he has kind of always done. Like, you know, when he played Season 1, he was the Piccolo guy, him and Apology Man, before anyone was playing Piccolo, before Piccolo had his little blow up there. But like, he was also playing Cell and Vegeta, you know, like he adheres to the meta a little bit, like mostly, like 2/3 of his team, but then he's always got one thing that you're just like, And like last season, he wasn't really around too much. So it's nice to see him come back and be like, oh, Piccolo's good, Z-Broly amazing, let's run that, and then Blue Vegeta. And just the light bulb that goes off when you see this team in action. I mean, he did pretty good here. I don't remember if he clean sweeped, but he definitely like had a dominant victory. So, I don't know. I love this set. I also really like Cooking God. I really liked his Season 1 like come up, how he like, you know, he was the PlayStation guy, and he like blew up and he won Summit. Like that whole journey was really cool. He was one of my favorite players in Season 1. I'm really glad to see him back competing, especially playing this team, because I think this team is super, super sick. So let's look at this right here. So you've probably seen this a lot. I know No Kami did a video going over it. I think a few other people have been looking at it, but this is the character representation for last weekend. So I'll be the first to say, no, I'll be the millionth to say, it is wildly unsurprising that Kid Buu is sitting up here at the most used on 13 teams. So, mind you, this takes into account every team anyone used the entire weekend. So if someone switched teams, those characters get accounted for too. I think unsurprising. This is very unsurprising. This is unsurprising. This is unsurprising. This is unsurprising. This 18, 6 uses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7th most used character. Android 18. That's sick. I love that. That's a character we've seen one person running for the last year. That person being Shanks. Yeah. No one else plays 18. Played 18. Now people play 18. I love this. 18 is over Bardock. 18 is over Baseku. 18 is over Super Saiyan, 18 is over Gotenks, Piccolo, Bluku. Like, that is nuts to me, and I love it. I'm super here for it. If this is what we have to look forward to in Season 3 meta, bring it on. This is going to be cool. Disclaimer, I hate fighting against her. I lose every time, but still sick. We got Master Roshi, new guy showing up. We got Cell showing up, and we got Bardock hanging out. Nothing surprising there. This one, 4 hits, 4 Keflas, 4 Vegetos, 4 Trunks. Characters that we would definitely not see represented in this quantity. So that's sweet. Glad to see he got bumped down a little bit. He has his place. I'm personally not a fan of watching him. He's a cool character. No disrespect to anyone who plays him, but like if I'm watching pros, he's not my favorite character to watch. So I'm glad he's still hanging out because he's cool, but I'm glad there's a little bit less of him than last season. Dokkan's hanging out. Only 3 Android 21s. This one I was a little surprised about. Like, of the things that were going to get bumped up, I definitely thought she was going to be higher represented, but still sick. My boy getting underloved, per usual. Piccolo's hanging out. We had 2 16s. Big time. 2 Krillins. These 2 weren't anywhere last season. Completely MIA. And mind you, they did get good buffs, but like, whew, love to see it. Cooler's hanging out. Bluku and Vegeta, 2 characters we've never seen played at all. 2 of them. That's sick. And then our one spot here is just a glorious parade of characters that you don't see and would never see before, right? Except for this dude. I am mind blown that only one person played base Vegeta. And I watched Okami's video on this, and he made a good point that they're like, there could be a lot of reasons, but like, base Vegeta is like a technically difficult character sometimes. Like, you know, if you're not hitting his loops, you're really missing out on a lot with him. And since they are playing in an online environment, that might have impacted the selection rate for him, because, you know, he's not going to be as consistent if your delays going in and out. The nuttiest thing about this tournament is that only 3 characters in the entire roster didn't get played. Only 3. All in like a top 8 scenario for each country. Mind you, that's still, what, 8 times 5, 40 teams? 40 teams, so 120 character selects, but like, still. I feel like if this was a year ago, there would have been so many more people in the 0 category. I think it's absolutely nutty that we got this kind of character representation. So, in conclusion, National Championship so far has not disappointed, aside from the Chris G dropping out. That's the only thing that's really bummed me out, but is what it is. Moving on, and I am absolutely amped for this weekend. I cannot wait to see a little bit more of this.